Hi, I'm Arlen Taylor from Cedar Crest Trout Farms and Spring Hills Fish. Today I'm glad that you guys got to join us to see all the different parts and hear our story. Cedar Crest Trout Farms was actually a brainchild of my dad from 1986. Unfortunately, it took him 9 years to get the permits to be able to build this. So in 1995 is when we actually opened our doors, August 31st. We're coming up on our anniversary here shortly. Since then we have developed into 5 land-based sites and 1 partnership for a First Nations facility, net pen facility up on Manitoulin Island. So we raise rainbow trout here at this facility. With our numerous facilities, we have different water sources, we have different water temperatures, so we're also able to raise Arctic char, who prefer a much cooler water. We never let their water go over 10 degrees Celsius, so they're held at a spring-fed site. And we also raise coho salmon, which right now we're still in the learning phases. So Cedar Crest is a very diverse site that likes to change its temperature. The water turbidity changes all the time. So while we're learning about coho, we're trying to keep them in a nice closed, confined area so that we can understand more about their behavior and their patterns before we expose them to anything else. But right now we're raising rainbow trout, Arctic char, and coho salmon with hope in a future of lake whitefish as well.
So this farm here is a bit different than our other farms because we have so much water coming in from the river. It's the only farm that we're using river water. The rest are using groundwater and surface water. From a science perspective, we test this water on 9 different parameters every single month. That's for our BAP certification. Our provincial regulation is only 2, but BAP is that much higher with the 9 different standards. Then we also work with a team of biologists at Fleming College, and we do river work. We've done it for 3 years now, above and below the farm. And we look at macroinvertebrate communities, and they do these samplings 5 spots above and 5 spots below in very strategic areas. And we're looking to see if this farm is having any impact. And the great thing is that we've passed with flying colors. Couldn't even see that we're really.
We have 27 species of plants that grow here because of the farm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is a 1,200-foot long biofiltration channel, very deliberately planted but naturalized over the last 30 years. And so it helps that water as it reaches the river. But we have this incredible story here in Ontario where fish farms like this and net pens around Lake Huron and Georgian Bay are actually linked with the right nutrient mix to kickstart the ecosystems and bring back wild fish. So an amazing Fisheries and Oceans Canada study in the experimental lakes area showed that having a net pen farm in an area with a similar nutrient profile to Lake Huron doubled the population of lake trout in the 5 years it was there. 7 years. And they did all this pre and post work.
And lake trout are also a very sensitive animal. They normally will only breed when they have enough food in their system. They've reached a certain weight. They have to have bioavailability. So oftentimes in the wild, a lake trout won't spawn until it's 7 or 10 years old. In the experimental lakes area, they were breeding at 4 and 5 years. So it's, again, all related to food. So Lake Huron has been completely decimated by zebra and quagga mussels. And it's oligotrophic now, ultra oligotrophic. You should not be able to see 150 feet down, but you can.
Wow.
So around the farms we do all of this testing to see that not only the species of wild fish that are there, but the overall health of them as well. And we do fatty isotope analysis to see what influence the farm is having. Because a lot of people will say, well, it's just because you're feeding the wild fish. But that's them thinking that we're feeding them fish food. It's not that at all. The manure is going to the bottom, it's getting picked up by the invertebrates, getting picked up by plankton, and it's spawning its whole new ecosystem, a little sub-ecosystem all the way around the farm.
Wow.
You want to see guys fishing? Find a fish farm. Because there are people everywhere fishing. We have to talk to them all the time and remind them to back up a little bit. We've gone from producing, you know, ma and pa style, all the way up to now being in all the major retailers across Canada, as well as delivering to 1,500 homes every month, and various restaurants, small retailers, butcher shops, you name it. So we've really gone above and beyond the original dream when my dad started out fish farming, not only here but in 1969. So he's 50 years of legacy he handed us over, and my brother and I are hopefully getting it to fly.